Hi guys, hello to everyone. Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know that, guys, I love you and I love you permanently. So firstly, I want to say thank you so much. If you clicked on my video, I really appreciate it, guys. I'm so grateful. So yeah, let me just jump right into it. So today I want to speak to you guys about my experience, my transitioning now from being an in-service trainee to now being employed. So I want to speak to you guys about regarding the company that I worked for, like the first company that I, like literally worked for after my in-service training. So guys, let me tell you, the door is open. I don't know why my mom did not close the door. Anyway, yeah. So guys, let me just tell you this. The reality is that, some companies out here, they do take advantages of other people. I'm really grateful for you if you have found a company that values people, that values people's qualification, that does not micromanage people, but it actually values people in terms of them being individuals, and treating them as such. So guys, what happened was that after my 18 months in service training in that enterprise that I was in, all the other interns, because there were also other interns, they let them go. But because I was in the finance office, they told me to continue. But the first thing that hit me is that, guys, they did not give me a permanent position. That is the first red flag that stood out for me. They did not offer me like a position to say, no, you are transitioning from being an intern or in service trainee to now being like an employee. Yes, you're an employee, but there's nothing that has literally changed. Like, guys, please hear me properly. There's nothing. So you're gonna still carry on doing whatever it is that you are doing, but there's no title that is being changed and all of that. So that was the first thing that turned me off regarding that. And the second thing was that, guys, the pay, they literally raised, if you listen to my other videos, you would know. Did I tell you guys how much I was earning? Yes, I did, guys, tell you how much I was earning as an in-service trainee. And from that stipend, they only increased my money by 500 rands. That is how. So guys, now I'd received my qualification, my diploma, my finance diploma, and they are literally increasing my, I don't even want to call that salary, because that's an insult. Like, guys, it's an insult. And then they literally just put in 500 rand extra, and that's a second red flag. Guys, when people don't value, guys, some companies out there, they will, some companies out there, they will dry you out. They will bombard you with so much work but pay you peanuts, and look at you straight in the face and tell you that there are people, thousands of people out there who are looking for jobs. And if you think you can handle it, you can go, because we have a pile of CVs there for people who can do the work twice as you. So that is how, guys, I was introduced in the workplace, and it was very challenging for me. Guys, firstly, I was underpaid. Please forgive me for the noise, guys. Impilo say, so it's the weekend, so there's a lot of noise. So I was underpaid. That's number one. And when you try to tell someone, especially your family members, the first thing your family members will ask you is that, how much are you getting paid? Because our parents always want to know how much we are getting paid. And for example, if you give them, maybe like you give your parents little money, they would think like maybe you're hiding some money, like you're lying to them. But that was the reality, guys, of what I faced when I was, when I had finished being like an intern, like an in-service trainee. I was underpaid to such an extent that, guys, everything is going up. Taxes are going up. Everything is going up. But they just gave me 500 rand extra. And guys, people are wicked. People are wicked. And, but sometimes, yeah. Anyway, and then, when also in the workplace, when you are being looked down on, because for me, guys, there were some things that I was not meant to be taught. That's number one. There were certain information that was withdrawn from me so that I would not know. There are certain invoices I was not supposed to see. There were certain, there were things that are being hidden. And luckily, the person who was mentoring me, she would tell me everything to say, you know what, they said I must not show you this and this and this and this. Of which, how am I supposed to grow when you are withholding information from me? How am I supposed to grow as an individual? You know, Oh, and what also I failed to mention was that, yeah, they just made me to sign a contract with this 500 rand increase. And obviously, guys, I was, I did not have like any plan at the time. I was still applying for other jobs, but I had to sign because, leaving the job and actually asking your parents to say, oh, mom, support me, this and this. Your parents would ask you, but why did you leave that job? You should have just, ubegezele and all of that. So, that was the reality of my life for how long was it? I think for like a year, you know, a year and a half. And then, guys, can you also believe that on this particular job we are paid on the last day? Okay, fine, we are paid on the last day. Okay, but guys, to be paid around 10 o'clock, to be paid around 11 o'clock as people on the last day, guys, I don't know, but some workplaces, guys, are toxic. Let me just tell you, I did not have the right experience like on that job. Like today, it's still, I'm shocked that there are companies who do that to people, look down on people, underpay them, treat people like trash. Like some of the things I can't go through in detail here. Selfishness, yo, guys. And sometimes we think, for example, this was a black owned business, like 99.9% of the people were black. And let me tell you, the experience I had there was hell. I hated it every day. I hated it. And like right now, I currently work for, it's white owned. But let me tell you guys, it does not matter whether the business or the company you're working for is managed or the owner is a black person. Sorry, guys. So, what I was saying is, it does not matter whether you think, oh, if I get hired by a black person, they're going to treat me properly. No, that's not what this is about. If you think maybe, oh, if it's a white owned company, then maybe I'm going to get paid more and all of that. Some companies don't care whether you have your diplomas, they don't care whether you have your degree or you studied for 4 years or you have your what, they don't care. You can have a degree and they'll tell you straight in the face, we're going to pay you 7,500 rand. Take it or leave it. And at that time, you need a job because you're old enough and you can't keep on asking your parents for, money for sanitary and all of those things. You're gonna take it. So, guys, that was my experience. Like, ngiyambongela umuntu. I'm actually grateful for someone who has found a company that values people. But I'm just sharing my experience, guys, so you know that not everything is black and white in this world. That not everything that glitters is gold. There are some people here who would, anyway, let me just tell you guys about this one experience that I had with this company to just show you. For example, the CEO did not have a problem, guys, with, for example, maybe let's say there's a meeting with just ordering breakfast for himself. It's like all the branches have come together and we were coming to have a meeting. And obviously, it's the company that has to, I don't have to carry my own food. It's the company that has to carry that expense to be able, to buy the stuff, food and all of that. But let me tell you, like, the CEO would not care. He would order his own breakfast and eat in front of you. I'm not saying like this is not about the food. It's the kind of a person that he is. Imagine we're all working in the same company and you just have the audacity to buy yourself breakfast. Guys, I remember there's this one time there was a conference in Johannesburg and we had went there. So we had went there, I think it was for 3 days, and he had booked us into a hotel. And let me tell you, the hotel, you know, guys, that it does serve food and all of that, dinner and all of that. But he did not pay for that. We just paid for just accommodation only. And then he had hotels that he, his side hustle that he did on the side. And he actually told his staff in the hotel to prepare like food, like your sandwiches and all of that we're gonna have in the morning. Now imagine a cold sandwich in the morning. And if Johannesburg, we would live like when was this? The conferences would be like in June, and it would be so cold in Johannesburg. Now imagine waking up in the morning and you are having a cold sandwich. You know, people treat you like, guys, guys. And let me just also add this. So that it was literally the baddest experience. I remember also, guys, what had happened was that I remember there was this time. So in the finance office, it was actually three people. It was me, my mentor, and the finance manager. So it was the bookkeeper, myself, who was the assistant, and the finance manager. So guys, when they were planning the traveling to go to Johannesburg, the finance manager booked a flight for the bookkeeper and herself, and she did not include me. Like, can you just, it's not about the flight, but it's about like not treating people the same. We can't be in the same office and then one person has to travel by a motor vehicle, but you all have to use the plane. If you are doing it on one person, you should, do it on another person. Treat people equally. So, guys, that is what happened. They took the plane and they made me to travel with other branches, and I felt like it was unfair, but also at the same time I was like, God help me. I was always praying to the Lord saying, Lord help me, get me out of that place, get me out of that place. And another thing was that, guys, um hey, hey, guys, when you are in high school and you just think about sitting in an office with all of, let me tell you, there are people out there who don't care about nobody but themselves. So my first experience as an employee, it was really, really hard. I remember, guys, that they were paying me 3,500 rands. If I were to just say, they're paying me 3,500 rands, and what can you possibly do with 3,500 rand? And I remember I took it upon myself that when the CEO came, I literally went to him and told him that I am not coping with the amount of money that you're paying me. I am not coping. Like, everything has gone up. How am I supposed to survive? You can't even, give money to your parents because, like, for example, your transport money is 1,000. So that rest of the money, you literally have to look after yourself and give some to your parents, and you're like literally left with nothing. You can't even save. You can't do nothing. So I literally went to him and said, I'm not coping. Excuse me. And he increased my money, but don't think that he increased it with 2,000 rands or he increased it with 1,000 rands. So that was my experience, guys. Like, some companies or some working environments are so toxic. They are so toxic. And another thing I want to mention is that, it was not a safe working environment because sometimes, like, the CEO was really like an adult person, like an old person, because he was on his 50s, going to his 60s. But he had this, this annoying thing. Like, when he looks at women, it's like he's looking like, that smirky look. And then I remember he would be like to me, for example, I don't have a child. And then he would, sometimes make random, some random talk and just say, oh, you shouldn't wait too long until you have a child. Who are you to give me that kind of advice? Am I here to get that kind of advice from you, or am I here to work and go home and get paid? So, guys, that is my work experience part one that I'm sharing with you guys. That it was not an easy experience for me, but I'm glad that God made me to go through that so that I can see that that there are people in this world who are selfish, who only care about making money and having their pockets full, but they don't care about other people. Yeah. So I hope that this video will open your guys' eyes to say we are grateful for the companies that takes care of their employees. But guys, there are trash companies out there who will abuse you, who will make you to work, who will tell you straight in the face that you have a problem. If you have a problem with doing this job, we can get somebody, and we can even pay that person the amount we are paying you, and they'll be able to do the job. So there are companies like that, guys. Here in South Africa, it's a win here. It's here. So, guys, I'm just sharing my experience because I believe it's important that we talk about these things, and it will actually bring enlightenment that we should be careful in the workplace. That is why many people are being taken advantage of, and some people actually compromise, sometimes actually do things they do not want to do because simply they want to keep their jobs. So let's keep an open mind, especially for those, for the teenagers, for the youth that have not, stepped into that company, that they've not stepped into that working environment. It's not gonna be easy. We thank God and we praise God if you are in a company that values people and treats people correctly, but we need to be very, very careful and keep our eyes open when it comes to these things. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. And I would also love it if you share your experience in the comment section so that I know, like, what challenges have you all faced, guys. So yeah, that, guys, I love you and I love you permanently, and I will be seeing you guys again on my next video. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Love you. Bye for now.